Live from the Grand Geekin Gathering in Walt Disney World, it's Wendy Fox,
Samantha Kuhn,
Holly Fitch,
Kate Barrow,
Noreen Van Doren,
Missy Esty,
Heidi Drew,
Rebecca Rudin,
and Baldy McSkunkbeard.
When we are not getting our doctorate at Sangria University, we listen to Geekin on Walt Disney World with Curtis and the whole Geekin family.
I didn't look at the...
Hey, Disney World Geeks, Curtis Stone here, and welcome to episode 440 of the Geekin on Walt Disney World podcast. This week, we've got some of our Grand Geekin Gathering planners to review the G3 festivities, including Auntie Judy, Rebecca Rudin, Samantha Kuhn, Toni-Anne Zarcone, and Glen Kessler, and Wendy Fox from that introduction over at Sangria University. And I've been having fun chatting with these geeks for over 7 years. If you're new to the podcast, welcome. I started the podcast with my daughter Lindsay talking about our Disney World trips, and then we brought on these geeks to tell their trip stories. Our listeners are so positive, caring, and generous. We encourage a family atmosphere here on the podcast. Before too long, they were calling me the Podfather. And I continue to bring on you listeners to tell your Disney World trip stories. We'd love to have you join our Geekin family. We've got an amazing private discussion group. We've got an amazing community here for Disney World fans. Search for Geekin on WDW Family in Facebook. You can ask your questions, share your trip pictures, and engage with one of the best groups of Disney World geeks on the internet. We're also independent Disney authorized travel agents with Fairy Tale Concierge. Fairy Tale Concierge is an authorized platinum Disney planning agency. And we've got two of the greatest trip planners out there. We've got Mama, my wife, Margita, and Auntie Judy. They'll help you plan your trips. Get started by emailing them at travelandtiaras@gmail.com. Check out the show notes. You'll see their email as well as mine. If you'd like to reach out to us, check out the show notes. You'll see their email as well as mine. Reach out to us. We'd love to talk to you about your next trip to Disney World. The featured trip report this week is the Grand Geekin Gathering. I've got a roundtable of some of the G3 planners who helped put on the Grand Geekin Gathering. We got Auntie Judy, Rebecca Rubin, Samantha Kuhn, Toni-Anne Zarcone, Glen Kessler, and Wendy Fox. You're going to get a lot of information for your trip, not just all of our fun going down for the Grand Geekin Gathering, but you got the resorts, the French Quarter, Old Key West, Grand Villa, Saratoga Springs, Riviera, Pop Century, Dolphin, Bay Lake Tower, and Beach Club. And we're going to tell you all about the different restaurants we went to, including CityWorks, Artist Point Storybook Dining, Via Napoli, Space 220, Olivia's, Trader Sam's, La Cava de Tequila, Festival of the Arts, all those little food booths, Primo Priato, Trattoria Al Forno for breakfast. Yeah, Spice Road Table. That was my first time at Spice Road Table. Toledo, Skipper's Canteen. We do Disney Springs like a festival, especially over at Polite Pig, and kimonos. They got food, not just karaoke. Wine Bar George and Flying Fish. Oh my gosh, you guys are going to get a lot of ideas for your next trip. Some of our first time things that we did on this trip: Yeehaw Bob, dessert parties, VIP tour, Le Crêperie, Sangria University, Festival of the Arts for all those eats, a scavenger hunt, group lounges. I found out those are even more fantastic than I thought of before. Magic shots with those Disney photographers, Kite Tales, the new show for the 50th anniversary. All of our favorite memories and stories. Well, this show is so much fun. It was fun for us to do because we got so many good friends in this community. If you've never gone to Disney World with a group of friends who really love Disney World, my gosh, this episode may convince you that would be a really great idea and a really fun trip going down to Disney World. All right, well, we are back from a big event, the G3 down in Walt Disney World with a bunch of my friends. We got to do some trip reports with these guys. I've got 6 of them that were down with me, and some of these, well, all of these 6 were key players in planning this big event. So excited to have them on. We're going to do some fun trip reporting. Let's start out with introducing them all, including, first of all, Judy Ludwig is here.
Hey, everybody. How are ya?
You went too soon, Judy.
Do it again.
Just say hello. How are you?
Hello, how are ya?
I'm going to have to do a lot of editing here.
It seemed like it took us forever to get home.
Hey, Samantha Kuhn is here.
Hi.
Hey, Samantha. Hey.
Thanks for saying my name for me so I didn't have to. Would have been here all
Samantha, you did a lot of work on this trip. We want to thank you and your friend who's going to be on the show for the very first time, Rebecca Rudin.
Hi.
Hey, Rebecca. Welcome to the gang.
Thanks.
You made a really good first impression.
I hope so.
I think so.
You'll keep me.
I think we'll keep you. Did you have a good time on your first time with a bunch of goofy internet friends?
Did. I think one of Samantha's favorite moments was when I woke up in the morning and looked at her and said, I'm kind of happy I came. A weekend.
I don't have to waste a favorite moment on that, but that was one of my favorite moments. We're getting ready to go to the park one day, and it was probably a weekend. She just turns to me and she goes, I'm glad I came. I was like, I'm glad that you're glad you came, because we've been here for 7 days, so I was going to feel really bad if you were not pleased.
That's like the comment Andy Hoffman said to me. The way he put it, he said, boy, this is better than I thought it was going to be. I was like, okay. Do you want to reword that? Sound a little more positive? All right, continuing with this, we got Toni-Anne Zarcone. Hey, Toni-Anne.
Hey, geeks. How are you?
We're all doing great. Are you feeling a little bit of the blues, Toni-Anne?
I'm feeling better now.
Yeah.
I was feeling down last week when I got home, but we're back to normal, I think.
I've been run down. I think today's the first day I had a little more energy in my step. It took about 3 or 4 days to get some sleep in.
But when you're up for what, 9 straight days, Kurt?
Something like that, yeah.
No sleep?
That's right. Well, I'm going to continue with the ladies. We got one guy here in this group, but Wendy Fox is here. Hey, Wendy.
Hey, geeks. Good to see everyone.
Thanks for making it, Wendy. You were late coming in today.
I have little technical difficulties.
That makes more sense than you being late. Thanks for everything you did down at the G3 too. All you guys played a key role in planning this. We'll talk a little bit about that at the end, but let's bring in our last guest, Glen Kessler.
Oh, Kermit, he's getting choked out or something like that. He's hoarse like me, maybe, from G3, I think.
He did a lot of, you did a lot of talking at G3. Your voice was like cutting out there near the end.
Near the beginning, I was hoarse on Monday night at Yeehaw Bob, and it just got worse and worse as you called me up for karaoke, and I listened back to it. I can't hear any words coming out of my mouth, so I'm sure I was belting it as much as I could. But a week later, still healing.
I'm so glad to have you guys together again. It's rough not hanging out with you guys every single day after spending like 9 days when I was down there with all of you guys. You guys are special to me, and thanks again for all of you that played a part in putting this thing together, which makes it really work. You know, if I certainly couldn't do it, and you guys take the initiative and did a lot of things. We'll talk about that, but we're going to do some stuff for the listeners, like go through some of the resorts we stayed at. So we got to talk about food, some things you tried for the first time, and maybe a couple other pixie dust moments and like that. So let's get started right away. Judy, where did you stay for the G3?
We stayed at Port Orleans French Quarter this time.
So what's something cool about Port Orleans French Quarter? You know, we talk about it all the time. Give me something. Can you give me something different?
No, it's quiet. When I think about when I was at Pop in October and French Quarter, it's quiet. You don't see a lot of people walking around, although there are people there. The food court is not as big as the one at Pop, but it's quiet. And you can find, find a table. We ordered breakfast. We get scrambled eggs in the morning, and we get them as a side. And it's $2.99 a person, so it's not a bad deal at all.
No, very good.
And, Ken would run down and get the food and bring it back to the room. And because we were in Building 5, it was nice and close to the food court. It was close to the pool. You could walk over to Riverside. You can take the boat to and from Disney Springs. The only downside is there's no Skyliner.
Yeah.
That's the only downside. So you're on the bus. But the bus stop at Epcot is the very first one. When you go through Disney Springs, it's the first one to get back. So it's convenient on the bus stop. You don't walk a long way.
How many geeks were staying at the French Quarter that you can remember?
There was quite a few. I know Andy Hoffman was my bus buddy a couple of mornings when I rope dropped and Ken didn't. I rode with Andy. I rode with Travis one morning. I know Toni-Anne was there.
I rode with Ken one morning to Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, I think Chad was there too, wasn't he?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, a good contingent. It's one of the favorites.
Yeah.
We hear this all the time about that resort. It's definitely...
It's just a nice resort.
Top moderate out there. All right, Samantha and Rebecca, you guys...
Wait, one more thing. The rooms have been refurbished, and you get real beds. You don't have that pull-down bed that destroys your leg.
All right. Well,
a real bed.
Yeah, I had that problem at Old Key West. Actually, I don't know if I told Wendy this, but I had something in my back the whole week from the pull-out bed at Old Key West.
Oh no!
But the one at the Pop one wasn't too bad, and the Riviera wasn't too bad. I had a real one at Riviera, if I remember right. Was it? No, that was a pull-down one. Wasn't it, Glen? Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of those Murphys, but it's the same mattress.
I think the new ones are better. Yeah. All right, Samantha and Rebecca, you guys stayed.
You're sleeping on one of those pull-down beds. Make sure you don't try to put it closed with the pillows in it.
Okay.
Because Madison, Pickle, and I almost got decapitated one morning because she showed up at our doorstep at 5 a.m. after a long night of flying. And so we tried to just shove the bed up. And it had about 2 inches. It wasn't closed all the way. And we're just having a nice conversation, sitting on the couch, laughing and catching up. And all of a sudden, the bed starts
going down,
sliding down. And Madison just left me there to die.
Oh.
She left off. And then I was like, well, I can't move or I'm going to get crushed here.
Be careful with the Murphy bed is the tip there.
They're very comfortable, but make sure they're closed all the way before you sit on the couch.
So you guys had a split stay that I know of 2 resorts, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
She run it through them.
Old Key West and Saratoga.
What's something cool about Old Key West?
Well, we got to stay in the sorority house and with all of our friends.
Yes. That was pretty cool. What do you call that? It's a 3-bedroom. What do they call that in the DVC?
Grand Villa.
Yes, that's the word. The Grand Villa. I think that's the first time. Have you ever stayed in one of those before?
First time.
First time.
That's pretty cool, right?
You have, no?
I never had, no.
Has Wendy?
I've not done the Grand Villa. I will be doing it again in March, but that was my first time in a 3-bedroom also.
Yeah, so what did you think of the Grand Villa? That's the very first DVC ever by Walt Disney World.
Mm-hmm.
The rooms are very big.
Yeah.
I'd say it was huge.
Mm-hmm.
Our bedroom alone was bigger than the studios.
Yeah.
How many people fit into the sorority house of the Grand Villa?
How many fit or how many do we have?
Either way, I don't care. Answer it any way you want.
I think we just had 6 people each night. 6 different people, but 6 people each night. And I think it actually holds 12.
How many nights?
I think it is.
Yeah. We were at the sorority house 2 nights.
2 nights, yeah.
We've kicked around the idea of renting one of those just for a party one night.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a little costly for that. But if we all chip in.
what happened was January 30th and 31st, it's still value season. So a 3-bedroom Green Villa at Old Key West was like 50 points a night, which in like the next month, it was like 93 points a night or 83 points a night. I mean, it was a huge, so to go up from the 2-bedroom that we had to a 3-bedroom wasn't many extra points. Then we were talking Samantha and Rebecca when they added on to their trip, because there was a lot of adding on. They needed to work. And I'm like, would you want me to see if I can get a 3-bedroom so you guys could work? So that's kind of how we started that. So they'd be able to work from the resort one day.
Nice.
It sure worked as a community event like we had, and all the people coming in. It really kicked off my trip because one of the games we had was the G3 bingo. It's kind of fun to see it actually working already before the event kind of started. You guys were getting into it on the kitchen table.
That's called cheating.
Yeah.
Not cheating.
Well, wait, Lena, who was the creator of G3 Bingo, was there sitting at the table signing off on things with us. So we felt that we were pretty okay if she was there.
Okay.
It was kind of cool to see the enthusiasm of the group already started that first day, for sure. For me, I was really digging seeing all the fun already happening. Before a lot of people like Glen, he wasn't even there yet, right, Glen? Was it tough that whole week?
That week was awful. I had to work all the way up until Thursday night and flew out first thing Friday morning. And you guys were killing me going to my favorite places at Trader Sam's, doing all the fun things. Man, I got to get there early next year.
Well, I got to thank Glen right here in public. He was really the catalyst of me coming. He offered his room. Where did we stay, Glen?
Oh, we were living it up on DVC rental from March 2020 that had to be redeemed before March of 22. So we spent those points on Riviera, and we went to 8th floor Riviera, got a beautiful, spacious studio. It was about the same size as that Old Key West room that you guys had after, but it was very nice, nicely appointed.
I know. I moved up from Pop Century to the Riviera, which is a next door neighbor resort. Very fantastic. I got to say, I was worried about the transfers. I transferred 3 times, technically 4, but one was in the same resort, which wasn't hard. I had 4 different rooms, and the transfers really worked well. Well, I had to laugh. Rebecca and Wendy and Samantha. Remember when Rebecca's laughing?
When the bellman came.
We have a few. That man definitely quit his job after he left our room.
How many bags?
We had 6 people going to 4 different resorts.
Oh my God.
We had 11 between the 2 of us. Just us. We had 11.
So, to my knowledge, Disney got all those bags to where they were supposed to go. Is that true?
Yes.
So,
wow.
If that answers your question, can they migrate your bags to your next resort? The answer, I think, so far from our experiment is true. They can do it effectively.
I mean, that man had to cancel every other reservation. Had to pick up luggage for the rest of the morning. But
I have to tell you a story. When Ken and I came to pick up Kurt's big box from the Riviera, the guard at the desk would not, or the guard at the guardhouse would not let us in.
Yeah, that was probably the only thing I saw. With the. And
then he said, "Well, I gave him Glen's name because I knew the reservation was Glen's name. Well, what room is he in?" I said, "How do I know?" It was like, and then I had to call Curtis.
He thought you were a terrorist.
Ken says they thought I was a terrorist.
I got a big box.
We had to drive out of the resort. He made us leave the resort, go back out to the highway, and turn around and try to come back in just to get the box. Which I guess is a good thing because they're really watching carefully. But it was weird. It was weird.
We're a tough group to handle for Disney World, which is
I think so.
They didn't watch carefully any other time. We had how many cars going into Saratoga, right?
That one time when we had 3 cars in a row and the security guard was making jokes at me and I thought he was just trying to be funny. And then when I got to the room, there was like 3 cars of people that had come in before and given my name. So he wasn't trying to be funny. He was actually joking with us because so many people had come in.
And we had no problem when we drove over to Pop that night to see everybody. We just said, we're meeting friends, and they said, fine, and they let us in.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So. Yeah, we really did have a lot of different experiences at different gatehouses, and it didn't seem to matter the resort or the time of day or anything like that. It was quite random. Sometimes they just wave you through, and sometimes they'd ask for your name and the number. One time they even wrote down the license plate of our Uber driver, and we're very suspect. That was 2 a.m. I mean, that may have played into it a little bit, but
yeah. But yeah, the Riviera is brand new, pretty much, Glenn, and I know your comments to me. This is a beautiful place. We had a fun game of bocce. Is that what we played? Italian bocce.
We sure
a couple
did.
of old Italian men playing bocce one day.
Yeah, you and I transformed. We morphed into old Italian men, like on the spot. It was really beautiful to see as we went out, young, spry characters, and came back. But that resort, I fell in love with that resort on a walk around a year or two ago, and I just took the Skyliner over and wanted to see that resort. And staying there had been a dream. With DVC points that I now own that are resale points, I can't stay at Riviera unless I do something like what we did here. It's a beautiful resort. It's classy. And I'll talk about the food a little bit later, because that is one of my top food options. There is going to be the not the sit down Topolino's, which everyone knows, but we'll talk about Primo Piatto. But I'll tell you, that courtyard where we played bocce, they had cornhole out, they had some swings, the gigantic chess, 2 pools. There's an adult pool that's kind of quiet off to the side that has a hot tub, and then there's another pool where the kids can go and the slides are, and a kids splash area, even beaches and overlooks. That would be, Kurt, a great place to host a geek meet. If we have 1 or 2 people maybe staying there, can get us into the pools. That courtyard, it's totally enclosed. We could have games. Bar Riva is right there. You can get food and drink, and just really, I think, take over that experience and have a wonderful, wonderful time. So I'm going to push for that for whenever the next one of these is. That would be a really fun activity, and right on the Skyliner. So you've got access from Boardwalk, Epcot, and Pop Century.
Great location. And both you and I had special moments with Andy Hoffman in the hot tub separately.
Oh,
yeah, so I understand it.
Horrible.
Yeah, I'm sorry we never got the 3 amigos together there. It would have been too much cool in the hot tub, I think, is the problem. But yeah, great heart to hearts in the hot tub. We went to the hot tub. The hot tub opens up at 7 a.m. Did you know that? So we were.
I don't know. I thought you closed it at 2 a.m. I remember you coming in. But we'll have to move on to Toni-Anne here, Glenn.
But most of G3 is a blur anyway, so might as well go on to Toni. I don't know what I'm going to say next.
Well, Toni-Anne, I think we already figured out you stayed at the French Quarter too. You have
I did a 3-way split, actually.
Oh, okay.
I stayed at Pop the first night so I could be there for Pedals. Yeah. And we were at Pedals, and then I think Travis or Andy broke a glass, and I was like, I'm going to my room, bye. And that was really convenient. So
you ran away from the broken glass scene.
The next morning I went over to Port Orleans French Quarter, and we actually did something similar to what Glenn's talking about on Friday night. We took over the pool bar there and had public subs delivered, which was nice. And that was convenient. And then Saturday, I switched over to Dolphin so I could be at Kimonos. That's the whole reason I did it, was because I wanted to go to Kimonos, and I didn't want to have to leave at 2:00 in the morning.
Oh, great plan.
So I stayed at the Dolphin, and I'll tell you what, if I had it to do again, I would just stay at the Dolphin the whole time, because the location is ideal, and the price, they have pass holder discounts. I think it was $213 a night, and that's cheaper than what I paid to stay at Pop Century the first night.
Okay.
And the location is unbeatable.
And that's about what we paid to stay at French Quarter too.
Yeah. Right. And then there's a 30 right. There's a resort fee, which is like $35 a night. You have to keep that in mind. But even the $213 plus the $35 was not that bad when you consider the location.
I have a question, Toni-Anne. The buses to the Dolphin, are they the big Aero buses or Academy buses, or are they Disney buses?
They're Mears buses, and I don't know what they do for scooters. I know that they have to do something for scooters, but I actually didn't take any of the bus because I was at Port Orleans French Quarter when we went to Magic Kingdom, and the other parks I took the boats, so I never really did the dolphin buses this time. So
they're different than Disney buses?
Yeah, since COVID, it used to be the Dolphin and Swan use Disney buses. Yeah. Since COVID and the reopening, they haven't. I don't know if it's because of a contract or because Disney is so limited in staff that they can't give that to Swan and Dolphin anymore. I don't know what the real reason is, but
no, I've had a special place in my heart for that whole area, including the Dolphin Swan.
Yeah,
those are the conferences I went to.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I mean, I just got to say, too, because this was the same time I used to go to the Lotusphere conference. So to have our own conference kind of imitating the friends that I met, the geeks that I had, the technical geeks for my own Disney geeks is really pretty cool for me. But thanks. Yeah, Dolphin, great idea. I always wanted to do kimonos, and I'm so glad I mentioned it and you guys ran with that idea to do we'll talk about that. I think that was one of my favorite moments of the whole thing. Toni-Anne can sing. Boy, she brings it.
Stop.
She brings it. Awesome. Wendy, last one up. I know you stayed at a couple places. What's one that we didn't talk about?
I also did a 3-way split stay. I was there for 9 days. So the first 2 nights I was at the sorority house, as was mentioned. And then I always do a split stay at Disney when we're there, like a week or more. I just like being near whatever park I'm going to go to. So I like staying with at Bay Lake Tower, and that way it's so convenient when you want to go to Magic Kingdom. And then we're also at Beach Club, so you can go to Hollywood Studios and Epcot. So
yeah, location's so cool. Yeah. Good choice. No fear of. Sometimes it's nice to. I was glad when I parked at Riviera finally after all the traveling around. Get some consistency. But the Beach Club, one of my favorite resorts.
Yeah. And it was no trouble to transfer the luggage. I mean, it just got picked up every morning. And then, when we were at the parks during the day, by the time we got back to the resort, you just called down. The luggage was brought to your room. It was never a problem.
Oh, I remember didn't we send you off to bed there when we were off the kimonos one night too?
You did.
That was convenient. Was that Saturday night?
Yes. Thank goodness.
Yes. We won't talk.
Yes. Thank goodness I was that close.
We had some good times Saturday.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into some food. My question, let's see if we can pick. You can do all three at once if you like. Did you take some notes, Auntie Judy? Did you have some good meals? What was 3 of your top meals?
All right. My 3 top meals. First one was at City Works and Poorhouse. And we had the filet mignon sliders.
Well, yeah, you just mentioned that on the Traveling Tiaras.
Yeah, they were really, really good.
All right.
We had that on the last night too. Yeah. They were great, Judy.
Yeah, really good. And they were cooked perfectly. And the 2 sliders were plenty for dinner.
Hit the spot. We had a great time at City Works, Glen. That was fantastic. They have a great list of beers. And what did we have? Oh, we had the pretzel bites with cheese, beer cheese. Yeah.
Yeah, we had to redeem pretzel and beer cheese after our experience at Polite Pig. And it was much better.
Exactly.
Nice and thick.
All right, Judy, give me another one.
I would say Artist Point, where we did storybook dining, which was kind of a minute one for us, but we really enjoyed it. And the prime rib that I had was delicious, cooked perfectly.
Cooked. It wasn't cooked, Judy. It was mooing when it came to the table. What are you talking about?
Little red.
That was one of my favorites too, and mine.
I like it red.
Not wing, that's for sure.
Yeah, and my third one was Via Napoli, where I actually had spaghetti and meatballs.
Good. All right.
And it was really good. And it was not one of those huge oversized portions that you looked at and thought, I can't eat this. It was perfect.
So the food redeemed all the craziness we went through before.
Yes, it did.
What craziness?
Via Napoli told us they would only split the bill 2 ways.
Oh.
And there were like 5 different parties. And they said, we'll only split the bill 2 ways. That's our policy. Never heard of that at Disney before.
Okay, let me tell you, that's not the policy anywhere else, because every station we were at, we had like 10 bills.
I know.
They did split it.
We had great servers that accommodated our multiple billing situations, I think, every time, really. I thought they did that really well. Mm-hmm. Right? And everyone's nodding. I've noticed.
Yeah, Via Napoli's not owned by Disney, so I think that's why.
They weren't the one. It's funny. You get different situations.
All of the wait staff and all of the people at like the check-in desks were excellent all week. And we had some challenges.
So Samantha and Rebecca, you guys, we got to praise you over and over and over again for the amount of ADRs you guys put together. And I mean, can you talk a little bit about that? Just the organization. I mean, you guys had spreadsheets, you had people sitting at certain tables. I mean, it was a whole thing.
I'm so glad we printed out ahead of time. Like, I don't know. I originally thought I was just going to wing it and print that one spreadsheet and expect everybody to know where they were supposed to be. And then I thought that's probably a mistake and I should be a little bit more prepared.
You guys were very prepared. It was very organized and we really appreciate you.
It was kind of interesting to see the cast members at the check-in desks faces when we're like, okay, so we have 13 reservations for 70 people in the next 30 minutes. How would you like to handle this?
Some of them took it right on. Some of them were like, okay, come with me to the side. Let's deal with this. Others were like, just check it, just mobile check-in. I can't handle this right now.
Oh, really? Well, you'd think they'd be able to handle big groups. I mean, you got Brazilian tour groups.
Young kid at Oga's who it was definitely like his first week, and he had been given a script, and that trip was checking on my Disney experience, and that was all he could handle. But then we found
another friend,
another nice woman.
Nice. All right. Well, not everyone that listens to this podcast is going to have a problem with 75 of their friends going to Olga's, but in case you ever do, I got a couple of planners you can hire. So, Samantha, what are a couple of your favorite meals if you could enjoy them after all of that?
Oh, no, we did. We had a lot of fun.
So what were some of your favorites?
I will echo Judy on the storybook dining. That was a pleasant surprise for me. Like I thought it would be a fun experience, but I'm vegetarian. It's a very meat heavy menu, so I didn't really know what I was going to end up eating. They had a very nice like vegetarian pasta dish, so I enjoyed that a lot. And we did Space 220 for the first time, which I think partially was an excellent meal, but also we had a fun table, and it was a fun point of the trip when Travis was going viral on Facebook.
So that's true, right? The table,
had a lot of fun at that table. But I would say, I think we all kind of agreed you can get the same experience, and the best part of the meal were the appetizers. So to do the lounge versus the sit down full meal, the entrees were also good, but I think the most memorable part was the appetizers and the drinks.
What was an appetizer that was good?
We split the burrata and the cauliflower, which were both really good, but I would say the cauliflower was better.
Okay.
And then she gave us the tuna tartare, right?
Right. At that same meal, I ordered a salad, and I said, and I think Andy Hoffman maybe ordered the tuna tartare. I was like, oh, that looks so good. I should have gotten that. And the waitress says, oh, well, you want to change? I said, no, I'll have another time. And she just kind of slipped over and she goes, here's a little present from the kitchen. And she put the little tuna tartare.
Nice.
And then I couldn't eat both things, so I put that in the middle. We all kind of picked that. That was amazing. The appetizers, they were outstanding.
Yeah. I'll add that the calamari was the best calamari I've ever had. Someone at my table said, yeah, it's not rubbery. I thought it was supposed to be rubbery. It wasn't. I think the word that kept coming up for me during this whole Disney World thing, more than ever, I noticed before, everything was tender. Judy was talking about those filet mignons. They were tender. Everything I had,
they were really good.
The calamari, the chicken I had at Ohana's, I mean, tender. The meat was really good everywhere I went. But all right, so that's two. Well, you know, storybook dining, I just want to say the characters were really good too. They were out and present, and they didn't get right up in your face, but they were close enough to take pictures and stuff too. So they did the whole show, if you're wondering.
I liked it better that way because, I mean, it was fun seeing characters. I don't need to have them in my face, and I don't need to talk to them.
Yeah.
It's fun to see them, wave at them, and then go on and let me eat my dinner.
The food presentation's fun too.
Yes.
Fun.
All right. So you got one more there, Sam.
And then my third one, which was also a pleasant surprise, was Olivia's. I mean, I know it's been talked about a lot, but the thing that's talked about is, I think, the fried chicken.
Yeah.
And that's not something I'm going to eat. But we shared the salmon and the curry, and they both were delicious.
Rebecca, you guys shared that one, I think?
Yeah, we split the two entrees. We did that at a lot of the restaurants. So our favorites are very similar in terms of meals.
We're big fans of Olivia's on this podcast. We discovered that a few years ago. Definitely Old Key West, good vibe. Yeah, I always heard about the fried chicken. I had that too. And I was expecting the bone in fried chicken, but it's a breast. That's boneless breast on top of, some, I want to say, is it grits? I think it's cheese grits or I don't forget, but it was really good. Gravy and stuff. I like that. What'd you have? So Rebecca, what were your favorite 3 meals?
So I went in a different direction because all of my meals were with the people that we're talking with. So I figured we were going to have a lot of the same.
All right.
So I wrote down my 3 favorite cocktails that we had.
Hey, Glenn.
Nice.
You knew she was going to fit in with this crew. This is MVP kind of stuff here.
There was something we liked about her. Now I'm starting to figure it out.
Well, I shared all of my meals with everyone here, so I thought that would be covered.
Where can you get a good cocktail at Disney World, Rebecca?
So my first one was at Trader Sam's, and Samantha and I shared the Aoa, and so did Wendy and Noreen, and I really liked that one. And it led to some funny moments also.
Now, Rebecca, I drank an entire Aoa all by myself.
I was about to say, I will say it's advertised for 2, and it is not for 2.
You could do.
It says for 2 or more, actually, and it's really just for one person. Yeah, still delicious.
What was a funny moment at the Trader Sam's?
I don't know. Wendy, do you want to?
I was going to get to that with the top 3 moments, but I don't know if you want to save it or talk about it.
Go ahead.
So there was a group of us. There were 8 of us at Trader Sam's, and then we picked up one extra person in line with us who actually lived near Deirdre Watts, and she kind of joined. So there was a big table in the middle of Trader Sam's. It's the shape of a surfboard and has 10 seats, and we had 9 of the 10 seats. And it's a great place for a big group. We were so excited to be there. We were the first ones in line. We were waiting an hour to get there. And once we placed our order, we noticed that there was something different about 2 of the chairs. And 2 of the seats just kept going lower and lower and lower. It was my seat and Deirdre's seat. And I had this big drink with this giant straw, and I'm getting so low, I couldn't drink my drink with the straw because the seat was too low.
Weren't you sitting next to me too?
Super funny.
Yeah, I think
what's that?
It took us longer to notice that you were shrinking because you happened to be sitting next to Kurt, who you would already be lower than anyway.
We didn't believe you at first.
And I'm like, I can't reach my drink. I haven't even had that much.
So funny. I've been
really
there several
fun.
times. And I didn't know that had that feature. We were cracking up.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Then we tricked Andy when he showed up later and rearranged the whole table to make sure that he got
the sinking seat.
Sinking chair.
Yeah.
I coordinated with our waiter. We're like, when our friend is coming, we're going to sit him in this seat. Can you make his seat shrink? He was like, okay.
He's like, oh yeah, no problem.
He was a fun.
He was great.
He was a fun cast member too. He was
great.
Yeah, he was.
Another one that handled us crazies really well. All right, that's a good choice, Rebecca. Give me another great place to have a drink.
So the next one was Abuelita's Mudslide, which was at La Cava de Tequila. So it's an off-the-menu drink, and it's in the shape of an ice cream cone and tastes like a mudslide. And they make these bubbles to go on top of your drink. And unfortunately, our waitress was not skilled at making the bubbles. And
a beginner, huh?
on my drink personally, tried probably 20 bubbles. So while everyone else had a delicious drink, mine tasted a little like soap. But once I got past that, it was really good.
I thought this was supposed to be the best.
It was.
Drinks.
It was a very funny experience.
All right.
And the pictures that you guys sent me from La Cava, you guys were having fun.
We were. Our poor waitress, like the other waiter there was a pro at these bubbles.
He was amazing. The one behind us, yeah.
The small tables across from us, and they would each get a bubble, and then he would do a whole like bubble show in the air. And as our waitress was struggling, she even said, "Oh, I'm not good at this. The other guy is really good at this." Tap in the other guy because you know, if we know this is not your strength, maybe let's call in a friend.
Yeah, nice.
Oh no, you wanted to order it.
It was really good though.
Good taste.
Yeah, we went there just for that drink, and I'd say it was worth it.
Excellent. All right, you got one more.
So this one is from Festival of the Arts. We had it twice, I think. The Blood Orange Cosmo at Refreshment Port. I think the first time, I don't remember what we were doing. And then Glen, one time we had it with you. I think when we were eating.
If you need help remembering, it's the place where I sprinted up to the front of the line to show them my ID.
One of the times you had to show your ID. One of the times you had to show it.
Didn't have to that time. She just wanted to.
You guys scare me every time they get carded. They scream and yell and clap. You know, it's like, what just happened? It's like shocks me. It's like, they give high fives. Very good. What's that all about?
It's just exciting to get carded. Someone thinks we might be under 21.
You're getting at that age where you're glad to still be 21, huh? All right. Yeah. Let's move on to the great job, Rebecca, for your first appearance on the Geekin group. All right, Glen, what's some of your top 3 meals?
All right, well, go with me here. We're going to start at one that I think you will agree with, Kurt. We had breakfast there twice and lunch there once over at the Riviera. Primo Piatto was just unbelievably good. It's just a quick service. You can mobile order, and we got plussed versions of breakfast and lunch items that you wouldn't believe is out of basically a food court, kind of a quick service in a resort. So for breakfast, I know the first day we had the croque madame, which was a kind of a sandwich with an egg on top. It was soft baked. It was lightly fried. It was beautiful, kind of on top. You wouldn't expect that at a place like this. And then we had, what was the other one? The French toast, cinnamon French toast bread pudding for breakfast with a vanilla sauce. It was so good. My brother came home and made it
I saw
next
that.
week.
Yeah, we were spoiled for breakfast. The ham on that sandwich in the breakfast, and also I had the Italian sandwich later. I think maybe you did too. Yeah. Tender ham. Man, it was good.
I had some of that ham, and that was really good. But I got the tuna niçoise salad, which was so much better than any tuna niçoise salad I've ever had before. Normally, you get Starkist tuna, the white crumbly stuff. Yeah. This was like ahi tuna, seared on both sides, cut into sushi-shaped medallions. Dressed with a citrus vinaigrette, fresh everywhere. It was unbelievably good.
Outstanding quick service at the Riviera. Definitely don't miss that. Even if you're staying at one of those resorts on the Skyliner, like hop over there and definitely, check out that resort. Well, I'm talking about the resorts too. I wanted to say the towers of Walt Disney World are fantastic. That's what made me think about it, Glen, too, is like the Riviera, Grand Destino, the 2 new ones, and my home resort, the Bay Lake Tower. I really like those. I'm a big fan of the towers. Get that perspective, the bars up there, the restaurants up top. Get to see fireworks. We'll talk. The best bathroom on resort property is at the Grand Destino. It was the Grand Destino. Everyone's laughing. Only the men's room, though. You get to see the fireworks from another perspective.
I hope there's a whole segment on that.
I know. All right, Glenn, that's one. What's your next
That's
favorite?
one. Yeah, I'm gonna try to. There's so many food options that we had that were so good. Why don't we go with Trattoria Al Forno? Everything looked good there for breakfast, but we got the breakfast pizza. Me and Deirdre split one, and that was more than enough for the two of us. In fact, we gave Kurt one slice, and there was still a slice left over. Deirdre put in a plastic bag, which is so smart she brought with her, and ate it later.
Yeah.
But it was great. It, meat and egg and cheese on top, just very flavorful. The crust was perfect. Very tender. That's your word again, Kurt. It was just perfect. And then for my third, go with me here. I'm going to do a meze versus tapas. So we did both Spice Road Table and Toledo. So you got your small plates, Mediterranean style, and small plates, Spanish style. And I thought that everything was good at both of these places. I'd probably give the nod to Spice Road Table. We got the hummus fries. We got the what did we get? Calamari, very good calamari there. A deep fried cauliflower, and then we had the hummus and the naan, which was great. Some olives aside there. Over at Toledo, our table went crazy. I only asked one thing, Tony. And you remember what I asked when I was like, "Who am I going to get seated with here?" And I said, "Give me adventurous eaters." Well, I got Kurt and the poor Bankstons, which I just ran through the woods on that. It's like, we're going to order all the weird stuff, and they looked at most of the food and shook their heads. And it was great. I ended up getting all the leftovers. It was perfect.
Way. We hung in there. Don't even listen to him. We did. We did great.
I'm jealous I didn't sit with you because we got the bum rush.
You got
Toledo.
Shaft, yeah, the
really did.
That's going to be on your worst of, I think, but yeah, we got octopus there, which, the octopus dish didn't have much octopus in it. It had a lot of potato. I don't know what everyone else's experience was, but I pulled a scoop, and put it on my plate, and it was all potatoes. I didn't have any octopus.
You couldn't tell the potato from the octopus.
No.
It was strange. Yeah.
It was weird. Olives. Susan ordered the charcuterie board, which was unbelievable. Had a bunch of that Iberico ham, Toni-Anne from Jaleo. They had
the old ham, Rich's old ham.
Yep. Smelly foot ham.
4-year-old ham.
It's all good.
And, they had patatas bravas. I've had it from Jaleo. We get Jaleo a lot around here. We've got a couple of them within driving distance, and the patatas bravas is much better, I think, at Jaleo than it was at Toledo. The Brussels sprouts were good. The pan con tomate was probably the best. And that's just bread with squashed tomatoes on
Is
top.
that better than Jaleo, you think?
I think so. Yeah. As I recall, Jaleo crisps up their bread a little bit more, but this was a little softer, and it was quite nice, very refreshing, I would say also. And then we got the pinchos, which were just so weird. They were just tiny little, really, single items. We had 4 people at our table, and they gave us 4. So we kind of split. Each person got one. And I felt so bad for Anne-Marie Bankston, who we let her pick first as a youngin' at the table. And we picked the one that looked most innocent, but it had like stinky cheese and all kind of gross things on it. She took one bite and was like, "Thank you very much."
I think your mom ate the rest of that.
You got the ham one, right? The potato.
Yeah, there was it was like a wrap and the potato in the middle. If I remember, yeah.
And I think Susan got the mussels one, which left me with the tuna. I think it was tuna one with a lot of olive top and odd out top. They were forgettable, but so I give the nod to Spice Road Table, your new favorite.
It is my new favorite for sure. Well, I won't talk about my stuff till Wendy's coming over, and I think Samantha, we're going to do my trip report in full.
Yes, we are.
Toni-Anne, give me some of your top 3 meals, dishes, drinks.
Yeah, we decided we wanted to, after our experience at Nomad Lounge the day before, where we had a nice relaxing lounge experience, we wanted a nice relaxing lounge experience at Magic Kingdom. And we figured out the only place you could really do that is Skipper Canteen. The other restaurants are price fixed. They're the places where you get alcohol, Be Our Guest, Liberty Tree, Diamond Horseshoe. They're all price fixed. Skipper Canteen has a great apps menu, small plates. and they have alcohol. So we treated Skipper Canteen like a lounge, and it really worked
That's
for
a great
us.
idea. Yeah, great tip there.
We had the cachapas, we had the Brazilian cheese bread. I think Norma had the falafel. We had the shrimp fried rice, and we all kind of split it amongst us, and it was great. And we had sangria and beer, and it was really a nice respite from the craziness of Magic Kingdom. And I recommend that people do this.
There you go, Glenn. A new tapas place. Skipper Canteen tapas
is the lounge of Magic Kingdom. We just did it. We made it.
We copied you, and that was an excellent idea. And that's going to be, I feel like, a staple of every Magic Kingdom day now. The same way that Nomad is a staple of every Animal Kingdom.
Just get out of the craziness. Yep.
We're gonna start a new trend.
Did they give you any hassle at all for doing that, Toni-Anne?
No. We said we're going to order a bunch of the apps, and they were fine with it. We ordered.
That's not a hard reservation to get either, right? I mean,
no. For some reason, it was this time. We could only get like tables for 4, but we combined them all, and they didn't have a problem with it when we got there.
Well done, Toni-Anne.
They gave us 2 tables of 8 instead of 4 tables of 4.
I expect no less from you. All right, keep it coming.
We did the Polite Pig, and the thing that we did that we liked about the Polite Pig, we were going there. We were treating Disney Springs like a festival. We wanted to try some of the quick services that we never get to.
Another great idea.
So there were like 8 of us. Kevin Curtis Allen was there, the Daves, and we got the butcher board. Tom Ellison was there too. We got the butcher board. Plus the upgrade, you get ribs for an extra $7. So it was $42 plus $7. So it was like $50.
Okay.
And there was enough food there that we all tried a little bit. Everybody tasted. You get 2 sides plus 2 things of coleslaw. We got brisket. We got pulled pork. We got chicken. We got ribs. It was plenty of food for us all to try some. And they say that's for 2 people, but I think you could feed a family on that because there were 8 of us having small portions. I think 4 people could, if you have 2 adults and 2 little kids for $50, I think you could eat it.
Yeah.
Polite Pig.
So we'll talk about our experience then, Rebecca. Glenn and I had planned to spend our last day at Disney Springs. And then we got surprised where Rebecca and Samantha were there too. So we did Polite Pig too. We did it a little differently because Glenn and I were going to eat again within 2 hours, but we did the same kind of thing. What do we have, guys? Do you remember what we had?
We had like sides, basically.
All the sides.
All sides, yeah. Like
it was surprisingly good. I was not expecting all like the veggie sides to be as good as they were.
Yeah, what's the little Brussels sprouts? Those were fantastic.
Oh yeah, those are good.
Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, corn, mac and cheese.
You got it.
We're missing a couple.
We had the sliders. We did
get the sliders.
Okay.
And the beet salad.
Oh, the beet salad. Yeah.
We won't talk about the pretzel.
The pretzel dip. It was so. I'm the person that will never like send anything back to the kitchen. I'll never say anything bad. I'll talk about them on the podcast, but I won't tell them up front. No, but yeah, I said, my God, I really love that place. I mean, I'm a big barbecue guy, but we didn't even really have the barbecue. Maybe the brisket, the sandwiches there, but. I said everything is fantastic, but that is the worst beer cheese for pretzel I have ever had in my entire life. And the guy kind of looked at me like, I don't care.
He said that to the waiter and he had no reaction.
You'd think he'd say, oh, you know what? I'll let them know. Because how could you mess up the beer cheese for the pretzel?
It was really bad.
Yeah, and everything else was so good.
I had that the last time I was there, and I don't remember it being bad.
Oh, maybe we got a bad batch, but no. I'll tell you, I was so looking forward to Polite Pig. I'm so glad you brought it up, Toni-Anne, because everybody go try Polite. Glen's talked about it on the podcast. He ain't lying. If he's lying, he's dying. It's good, good stuff.
Yeah, it was good.
I know there's not that many of us non-meat eaters in the group, but even if you're not a meat eater, also still go there. It's
great point.
Cool.
That's me. I love the meats and everything like that, but especially if you've been eating meat at Ohana all week and you need a refreshing break, this is a can't miss for those refreshing sides.
My last one is actually my husband's. we went to Kimonos, and he hadn't eaten. He wanted something light to eat. Now, Glen said that the sushi was awful there. It was really bad, right, Glen?
Yeah, it was really tough and not good.
The sushi was not good.
Yeah,
but Rich had the kimchi salad with octopus and spring garlic. I think he found your octopus from Toledo because he said the octopus was great. The spring garlic, which was like garlic shoots, it was like the greens of the garlic. It was really refreshing. And he said the dressing that was on it was really good too. It was $11.50 and he loved it. So, and I tasted it too. It was really good. So
great choices, Toni-Anne. A little different stuff.
Different. Yep.
Bring it. All right. That's a tough act to follow there, Wendy.
I know. I'm going down my list. I'm like, okay, you said that one, you said that one, you said that one. I'm crossing them off one by one.
You're in a tough spot, but you're a veteran. I got confidence in you.
I do have to agree with both the Skipper Canteen comment. That was a great meal. And we, like Toni-Anne said, we had, split a couple different items. That was great. Space 220, I agree with what Sam said, is we loved our meal. It was a great table. The food was delicious, but definitely the appetizers were the stars. So having to find a few different ones. I know I can't say Spice Road Table the first day we got there because Rebecca and Samantha were working. And when we posted pictures of our lunch, they said, you're not supposed to be having any fun without us. So we said, no, it's not fun. So can't be that. So I'm going down my list. One of them, which is a definite that I always love, is Wine Bar George. We had a dinner there one night, which was a lot of fun. And it's the same type of place where you can order a whole bunch of appetizers, which is what we did. So we had wine and appetizers and we just kind of shared them. And that's my favorite kind of eating.
Any particular appetizers there that stick out for you?
I know we had like the mac and cheese bites were good. That was
mac and
probably
cheese
one of the ones were really good. What else did you like there?
Did we get the burrata?
The burrata was very good. Yes.
We had the meatballs and an octopus salad, I think.
Right. Yeah, the meatballs were also really good.
I know you guys always come out happy from that place.
Yes. Yes. So that was number one.
Came out with 2 new members of the Solo Ladies crew.
We did. That was the night that we got 2 new members in our Solo Ladies group because it was supposed to be a Solo Ladies dinner, and then they hadn't to add on to our reservation. And then the next thing we know, it was a whole thing.
You basically had a lapse of judgment.
That's another story for another day.
Story for another day. All right.
So that's number one. Our very first night there on the 30th, everyone was just getting into town, and we had a true ladies' dinner at Flying Fish, which was it had just reopened on the 27th of January. We went there on the 30th. The food was great. We ended up all eating a little bit later than we thought, but we picked up a couple of extra members. Rebecca and Samantha were getting it a little bit later they thought. Selena was there. Stephanie Watson was able to join us. And so it was a nice group to kind of kick off G3. So I think that was a really good meal.
Yeah. What was the meal though? Did you have steaks, fish?
I had seafood. I had fish. I had the fish of the day, which was very good.
All right.
They had like a special that day, which was like potato encrusted. It wasn't salmon. I can't actually remember what it was. It was really good though.
Red snapper. Right?
Might have been.
Yeah.
It was really good.
That was their traditional.
Yeah, maybe it was.
That was their signature meal originally.
Okay, so that's what I had, and it was very good.
All right.
I also really enjoyed the breakfast at Trattoria Al Forno. I've never had breakfast there. We're usually not ones that go to breakfast when we're at Disney. We're usually up the parks early. Lauren Hawkins and I couldn't decide between the French toast or the breakfast pizza, and we each got one and split it. And there was so much food left over, we just kept passing the pizza around, but the food was delicious, and it wasn't really very expensive. Glenn, I want to say that pizza was what, like $14, that breakfast pizza? And the French toast?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is one place that I don't want them to bring the characters back, because when they bring the characters back, it'll be $50 a person.
All right.
And right now it's a bargain.
Yeah.
Good point. Yeah. The tiramisu French toast, right?
That was delicious. Yes.
It's like having, your sweets. I had a lot of sweets on this trip. Talk about get your vegetables in, like get some, I need to get the meat in. I think there was one day I had nothing but sweets the entire day. That might have been Saturday. Yeah, because I had the tiramisu breakfast, and then it seemed to just go off the deep end from that point on. Awesome. All right. We covered the food. Excellent. All right. The next question, Judy. She's been training, studying. Get closer to your mic. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
What's something you tried for the first time or did for the first time on this trip? I know I had a lot.
Well, it's kind of all food related.
Well, we'll stay on I'm okay with that.
Going to Spice Roundtable for the first time.
Yes.
And I have to say, with the exception of the hummus, which
you owe me an apology, right, for blocking this restaurant for the last 5 years?
I would definitely go back. I did not like the hummus fries at all. Or the hummus.
I think that Glen and Kurt both said that the hummus fries were better the second time they went, right?
I didn't have
Did
any.
you say the first time they were dry?
Yeah, I had them at the festival and I thought they were very dry, but when we got them in the restaurant, they were very crispy on the outside and moist on the inside. Much different experience. So maybe that's part of it.
I passed on them the second time. Samantha, what's something you did for the first time?
Well, in addition to a lot of the meals, I saw Yeehaw Bob for the first
Yay.
time. And I'm so glad that I saw him with you, Glenn.
It wouldn't be.
I don't think I have ever seen a human being as excited to be anywhere on earth as you were to be with Yeehaw Bob, and it was just fun to be in your presence at that.
I felt a little responsible because I thought other people had been to Yeehaw Bob, but out of our party of 30, I think I was the only one who'd ever been there. And once I was aware of that fact, I was like, all right, we gotta have a good show. So I went and talked to Bob before the show started, let him know we were there from the Geekin on WDW. Kurt, did you get any audio of that? I can't remember if you did.
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, I was recording.
Yeah.
I haven't seen videos of you on the floor.
I recorded a lot of that, actually. So yeah, the Patreon will get Yeehaw Bob, and the amount of energy. I don't know how, if he does 3 hours like that every time he performs and puts out that kind of energy. That was a great idea for us all to go. I'm glad. I was concerned that we could get in, and we really lined up really well. Got a good group of chairs and seats right near in the middle of the action. So yeah, great idea to do that with a great big crowd. Yeah, first time Yeehaw Bob. I'm glad we did that.
Yeah.
All right. What's another one?
I will also say, this is probably going to be surprising, but this is the first time I've done any Disney extras. And we did the fireworks party, and some of us did a VIP tour on Monday. Yeah. So I guess to go from never having done any Disney extras to having done a VIP tour in one trip is probably a large leap, and I maybe should have
Wow, you've never done a tour?
But I've never done a tour. I've never done a dessert party. I have never done.
Wow.
I don't know. We had planned on a lot of things, but all during COVID, and then they didn't happen for a long time.
All right.
But so the fireworks party was so much fun to celebrate Toni-Anne and Kevin's birthday. And then we had a lot of fun on our VIP tour on Monday too.
Well, you're going to have a letdown if you don't do it with a bunch of geeks next time. I'll just let you know that. It's not quite as the experience. It's a little bit enhanced with our group, right?
I'm like,
you realize that, don't you?
Done anything extra to doing those two things, which are like the most extra.
Yeah. Yeah. Well done. Any other? Give me one more.
Well, let's see. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think 10 of my dining reservations were all new.
Wow.
So really crushed it on the new restaurants and lounges this trip.
Wow. It sounds like you've never been to Disney World.
I know. Well, it just goes to show one of those things, all those people, I know Toni-Anne, we always talk about that, say, I've been to
You're going there again?
Yeah.
Haven't you done it all?
I've been going to Disney World for 25 years, and I did 10 new things on this trip.
Yeah, just restaurants. Wow. And never done tours or extras or nothing. Wow.
No.
Holy cow. That's a good experience. So, Auntie Judy, you're back.
Yes, I am. I'm sorry about that. I'm
No problem.
getting over a cold.
I know. So did you have another?
Yeah, after going back to Spice Road Table, the cauliflower was delicious. The shrimp was good.
Yeah.
Everything else, the olives, everything else was great, and I definitely will go back.
Awesome.
So Margita's going to have a fight on her hands, and maybe we'll go without her. I don't know.
She'll have to go to the Germany pavilion on her own.
But that was fun. I went to the creperie for the first time. We went with you.
Right.
I have to say, the savory crepe was okay, and I wasn't a fan. I think the next time if I go, I will get the soup and a dessert crepe.
All right. Yeah.
Because the dessert crepe was really, really good. And their buckwheat flour, I think they used?
Yep.
It was good.
Yeah.
The dessert crepe was nice and soft and warm. I had the one with the peaches and the berries. It was delicious.
It's a cute little addition to
the
French pavilion
it's
for
really
sure.
Nice.
It's a nice little option there, right?
Yeah, and then another first time was just going to City Works, which I had mentioned before. But that was the first time we'd been there. I've been wanting to go there for a while, and I'm not a beer drinker, and there was about 30 pages of beer in the menu and a half a page of food, but it was still really good. And we went with some new friends, and Sandy and Pat Collins that we have met, and we had a really nice dinner with them over there.
I know,
So it
another
was
big
great.
favorite, City Works.
Yeah,
Yeah, they do have
it was
ciders
really
and other
good.
drinks there for sure.
Yeah, but I had a Bloody Mary, so that was fine.
That's one of your favorites anyway. I know.
One of my favorites. Oh, and going to Toledo, that was also a first time.
Yeah.
And
Tower.
I know the seating and everything was not great, but Ken and I got the filet mignon that was really good.
All right.
It was really good.
It was a good value too. It was $37 for
It
that.
was
filet
a
mignon.
really good value.
So,
I know.
Yeah.
I don't think Tony, and we sat with Andy and Amy Beckner, Andy Hoffman and Amy, and we had a great dinner, and Tony was right next to us, and they had an okay meal, I think.
No, we didn't.
No,
I know.
No, we didn't.
We
I
had
know
good
you
fun
didn't.
making fun of it at the bar afterwards.
I know.
All right,
But
Rebecca.
it was good.
Rebecca's got to give us her 3 new things that you did.
I also tried 9 new restaurants this
Nice.
trip.
Wow.
Different ones than Samantha, but also 9. But one activity that was new was Sangria U.
Right.
We had a group of 9 of us go. It was a really good time. We think it's a really good value. It was only $59, and you got 4 glasses of sangria and then got to mix your own, plus chips and guac.
Nice.
It was really fun. It's nice to sit outside at 3 Bridges. It's like a very pretty location to sit at, and the drinks were great, and the company was great.
And it wasn't crowded, maybe, at that time? It was early, right?
It's before the restaurant opens, so the only people there are the people for the classes, and it was very spaced out, not crowded at all.
So this university that you went to, Sangria University, I know you all graduated, but
We got a diploma.
Not that anyone can see, but I have my very beat up diploma here.
yep.
Very proud.
What are the
Mine's hanging on my fridge. So
how many credits do you need to graduate from Sangria University, and what are the courses that you take there? Did you specialize in anything? Can you go get a job, or what's the deal?
I remember facts about sangria that I don't know if some others do.
So you're like me, you don't remember anything you did in college, huh?
Did you remember your name after it, at least?
Definitely didn't do that.
Probably not.
Were you giggling the whole
did.
time?
We did a
so.
intro there, and it did take Samantha more than one time to get her name there also.
Well, we don't remember much from Sangria University. You'll have to go try it out yourself, guys.
But $59 for
Yeah.
5 glasses of sangria
Sounds like
plus
a lot of
chips and
fun.
guac is a steal.
That's a good deal.
Definitely a group activity you got to
Yes.
try.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Bring me next time, though. I don't know how I missed out on that.
I'm putting that on the list of activities for next year and us to try to do a private one. We need, I think, 30 people.
Yeah, we could do it. We know we could do that.
We could do.
All right.
Easily.
Glenn, what did you do for the first time?
Well, a lot of the first time things have already been named the VIP tour. I'm like Sam, I really don't do those fancy tours, but traveling solo, which a lot of us were for G3 without families and the extra cost of doing all that stuff made it make more sense to do some of these extra things. So I was super appreciative of that dynamic. Toledo was new, CityWorks new, but I'll tell you, the first time I'd ever eaten this, despite my reputation, Toni-Anne, bone marrow. I'd never had bone marrow before. Sam and I went and tried it. Can I say Sam and I went and tried it at that kiosk?
We had a versus bone marrow.
The beet carpaccio.
Yeah. So we went to, what was it called? Gourmet Landscapes, which is over by Canada. If it's still up when this thing posts, they've got the most veggie of all veggie items and the most meat of all meat items on the same menu. So beet carpaccio, no, not beef, beet carpaccio, all veggies, and bone marrow. So I've not tried bone marrow. I mean, I don't know a lot of places around here that I've tried to look for it, but at the kiosk, it's just a relatively small piece that you can try it if you are nervous about it. It was $10. It was, one of the more pricey items at Food and Wine, but still inexpensive comparatively to if you order it, at a nice restaurant. But I thought it was great. It was like meat jelly. It had the flavor of meat. I would actually say French onion soup. If you like French onion soup, you're probably going to like the bone marrow. It kind of had that, can I say it? Umami flavor. It had that deep, meaty, mushroomy flavor.
Sam, you didn't have bone marrow, did you?
No,
I had the beets. They were delicious.
But you videotaped our review of it. I still haven't seen that review. I've got your review of the beet carpaccio, so we got to put that together into a video.
I will just say Glen's review is much stronger than my review.
Pretty sure
they were good.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure your review of beet carpaccio was, it tastes like beets.
Yeah.
We had that.
That was some of the best plant-based cheese that I've ever had on that beet carpaccio.
Excellent.
Vegan cheese. We looked it up while we were eating it, and it made it taste that much better. And I'll say one more thing that I never did for the first time was a scavenger hunt, and I really love this event, Wendy and Selena and anyone else who planned this. Treating Disney World as kind of our playground where we got to do our activity, our script. I thought it was really charming. And my God, the effort and energy that you put into this, coordinating with cast members who were kind of ready to accept us and not throw us out on our drunk butts. And we just had the best time. I don't remember half of it, and that really also speaks to the quality of the experience. But it was just really cool to be able to go around property, cherry picking these experiences, places I never go, activities I never engage with, and all in the name of good fun. It was wonderful. So I hope to do more of those. I hope the quest for geek and glory continues in future installations of G3, because I just figured it out. To not have a double before I start the tour.
I know you walked up to get your instructions holding a drink. I'm like, this might not be good.
They bamboozled me. My team bamboozled me. I don't think they've been drinking all morning like I had. Like, let's get this started. All right.
Great point, Glenn. We created our own fun and our own first times. All right, Toni-Anne, what you got for something you did for the first time?
The Toledo Dahlia Lounge experience was a first for me. The Toledo was a letdown for me. Me and Mandy and I had been talking about this meal for two. It's a 4-course meal for two that they offer on the menu. It's $145. It comes with the 4, what do you call those, pinchos, Glen? Pinchos. And the charcuterie and a bone-in ribeye for 2 and a dessert. And it's $145. And that's really great value when you look at the price on that menu. We ordered it. The server explained the courses to us. And we sat and we sat and we sat and we sat, and they brought all the entrees, including the steak for two. We never got the small plates that were supposed to lead up to it, and the steak wasn't even that good. The steak by itself is $99, and when I saw Judy enjoying her $37 fillet, I was very jealous. So we didn't have a good experience in Toledo, but the polar opposite was the experience we had at Dahlia Lounge. I love that place, and I hope to go back there time and time again with friends. And it was those kind of experiences that we were allowed to intermingle without any interference that I think were the best experiences this trip. The meetup on the Liberty Bell, that kind of thing. We had like I talked about, we had a little meet at the pool bar at Port Orleans French Quarter, same kind of feeling. Pedals, same kind of feeling. And I think those were the best. And I think we need to do more of that lounging type of thing in future G3s. And we'll talk about that in the planning to come, I'm sure.
Our little planning groups we do on Wednesdays.
Dahlia Lounge. It was wonderful.
Again, the tower and the view from up there, and being outside on the couches you could fall asleep on, right, Sam?
I think that's it. You know what? I remembered that video.
You didn't fall asleep.
I didn't remember making that video.
I don't remember making that video, but I remember making that video.
I didn't
remember the name, but I remember making the video.
This is the birthday video for Rob Mediri, who couldn't be there, that I was videotaping, and so funny to put that together. I just posted that in the private. If you went to the G3 group, maybe we'll post that on the main page. I don't know if it's safe.
I don't think so. I don't think it's
not safe.
It's not safe for there, but happy birthday, Rob. All right.
That was an unbelievable experience.
I had never done a three-way split before, and I don't think I would do a three-way split. A two-way split, I kind of can do, but a three-way split was a little bit much.
All right.
So that was something that I hadn't done before. So, and then the VIP tour, which was it was a really cool experience. It's probably the only time I'll ever get to do it because of the way that it worked with the pricing and everything. But then you guys, thank you all. You guys actually bought it for me, but that wasn't my intention when I reserved it. But thank you. You don't make me cry.
No, don't make me cry.
But it was a once in a lifetime experience. We're
gonna make you cry in the next segment after we're done.
Okay.
All right. So, Wendy.
Okay, again, it's hard to go a little bit later when you say what you've tried for the first time, because again, a lot of them have been mentioned. Sacred University and Yeehaw Bob's, and one thing no one has talked about is getting the PhotoPass photographers to take our pictures in groups. We did quite a few magic shots. We did one at Animal Kingdom. There was a group of us, I don't know, maybe like 6 or 8, just kind of whoever was around at the time. And then we did that really cool one at Epcot where it's at nighttime and one cast member takes a wand and kind of waves it. And so we did that magic shot. So although I've done photo passes before, I thought that was a really good opportunity to get a group of people together in those magic shots. So
I can't wait till Toni-Anne does her video. Margita did a video for me last night. She grabbed as many pictures as she could find and just did one of those videos. And my gosh, the pictures we got from.
It was amazing. She showed
There's a lot of pictures.
Oh
this
my
time
gosh.
around.
They're so good too. There's so many great, funny, laughing, great moments of pictures from this trip for sure. Great point, Wendy. All right.
And then I do. One thing that I've never tried before, and I know Toni-Anne does not like it, so I was hesitant about going, but I tried kite tails. I thought it was adorable.
I did too.
And I almost wasn't going to go because they're like, oh, it's really not that good and it's kind of hokey and whatever, but the timing was right and I went and I thought that was really cute. I did.
I'll second that. I like the music there too.
Yeah.
And Baloo and King Louie flying around.
Right.
All right. Good job, guys. Maybe I'll kind of combine these, but Judy, you have one memory? This is one of Wendy's questions I've added. Is there a memory that you're going to take away from this trip?
All right.
Well, let's do 2 of these. What's a memory you're going to take away from this trip, and What's something you were pleasantly surprised at G3?
On Tuesday, we woke up and it was okay. So we went to the Magic Kingdom, but they were predicting rain. And I did Jungle Cruise, got off Jungle Cruise, and they said, you better put your poncho on because it's raining. And I mean, it was raining, and it wasn't the kind of rain that was going to stop anytime soon. So we hung around. We wanted to do Country Bear, couldn't do that because it was down. I guess the bears were sleeping. We did Hall of Presidents to get out of the rain. And then Ken and I said, let's just get out of here. So it was like 1:00. So we went over to Wilderness Lodge because that's where we're going to have dinner. And we were sitting in the lobby. And then we decided to explore Wilderness Lodge. So we got on the elevator and we started going up each floor and walking around floor 2 and floor 3 and floor 4. Well, we got up to the 5th floor and we discovered that there was a place with a fireplace, a little alcove. So we sat down in the 2 chairs that were there. Ken took his shoes off and put his wet feet up on this fireplace. And I posted that we were sitting at the Wilderness Lodge. Well, pretty soon Kevin Curtis Allen shows up.
Yeah.
And he sits down and joins us. And then pretty soon Kurt and Glen and Samantha and Rebecca, they show up. And Glen now takes his socks and shoes off. And he's drying his socks on the fireplace. And we're just sitting in the little alcove talking and having a wonderful time. And then Deirdre shows up with her sister. And they joined us for a little while. And that has to be one of the best moments we had. Was just sitting there, just chilling, and more, several geeks joined us, and it was warm and it was cozy. I don't think anybody ever walked past us. It was just so peaceful. Yeah. Kurt was actually stretched out on the floor.
Yeah, because there's nowhere to sit.
Yeah, we had all the chairs. It was really a special moment.
Oh, yeah. Like Toni-Anne said, all these the moments that you don't plan for.
You don't plan for. And the other one that really was the top 3 for me was, and it really got me, and I looked at Toni-Anne, was the boat ride on the Liberty Bell.
Yeah.
When everybody got on that boat, and I mean, we'd been together on Thursday at Animal Kingdom, and we'd done Michael's Ice Cream, but there was something about getting on the Liberty Bell, taking over that front deck, except for those 2 ladies, that couple that was sitting there, who had no idea what we were doing.
I hope they don't have a podcast.
I know. And I got teary-eyed about it. It was just so special. I don't even remember the boat sailing.
No.
I don't remember anything about going around the
It never
river.
left the dock.
We never, and then suddenly they're saying you have to get off. They haven't left yet, but no, we were done. And it was just to see everybody and so many people. That's the first time I bumped into Kevin on the whole trip, was there.
Yeah.
And I saw Glen there. I mean, it was so special.
That was an intoxicating moment for me, Judy. I had just gotten off the plane, run into Magic Kingdom, and that was my first experience at G3, was being locked on that boat with everyone, and it couldn't have been any better.
It was a 3-hour tour, Judy.
And then Ken went up to the upper deck, and he took that slow motion or that speed up video of all of us getting together. It was great. That was my special moment.
Great ones, Judy. All right, now Samantha. Well, hopefully, Wendy, we don't take all of yours because there were a lot of special moments. What's a memory?
Let Wendy go because we keep stealing hers.
Yeah, let's Wendy. All right, Wendy.
Well, actually, the one that I think you probably won't take, but just thinking back, I guess a special moment and pleasantly surprised kind of is related. I have been fortunate enough to go to all 3 G3s. And I remember the very first one when we started, and there was kind of like a core group of people, and we just all kind of came together and really enjoyed being with one another. But it was a small group, small but mighty, and we really enjoyed that time. And I wasn't sure if that could ever be recreated again. I think Kurt had mentioned it, that it would be, things happened organically, that things just kind of kept happening that first G3. And I remember Glen saying it's kind of like you went to summer camp. You had these very intense relationships. And I didn't know if that could be repeated. And then last year with COVID, a lot of people weren't able to make it. It was a tough decision for a lot of us to go or not to go. And again, the group was smaller than it probably would have been if it was not COVID. And I think everyone who did go there, again, kind of bonded together and really enjoyed the time. And before this one, I was really concerned that there was going to be over 100 people, that there was going to be so many people. And how would that work? It's kind of like going to Disney. You want to see your old favorites and you want to have new favorites too. And I think I was pleasantly surprised. I was able to meet so many new people. And it was just like before, you just met someone, you felt like you've always known them. And, I'm so happy that I've met so many people. I'm afraid to mention any because I don't want to forget any others. But I was able to meet a lot of new people on this trip as well as, catching up with those I've seen the other years. So I think that was probably my favorite part of G3 is that I was hesitant about the expectation, and it was definitely realized as far as the people went.
Well said. Very good. All right, Samantha, what's a memory you're going to take away?
I'll echo what Wendy said. I was there in quotation marks in 2019 for the first one. But
your ears were anyway. There's proof your ears were there.
There's no evidence that I was there, but I was there. But then to Wendy's point, last year, we had a small group, but I felt like we all got very close. And this year I was worried that I wouldn't be able to spend quality time with people because there was going to be so many people. And I was pleasantly surprised with Rebecca and I were talking about like how many people we spent a good amount of quality time with. And I felt like, to Toni-Anne's point, the big memories for me are in like the little in-betweens of we didn't have a plan. And, after our picture on Saturday, a bunch of us started saying, okay, we're going to walk around the festival and try foods. And we would just pick people up as we went. And that was unexpected and fun. And, we joke about our floor charcuterie, but that was one of my favorite moments. And I think just something that shows how quickly we all are connected. Like, if you had told me I would have invited 5 straight virtual strangers into my hotel room to eat smoked salmon on the floor with champagne, I'd have been like, no, that's not something that's going to happen. But it is just so instant that we all were so bonded. And I think that's just such a fun, cool thing about this group.
Yes.
And it was extra special for me to be able to bring Rebecca in, who doesn't know anyone. And
let's get her perspective, because
bond with everybody and have fun and everybody be, instant fans of her. Like, I just was proud on both sides. I'm like, oh, everybody loves my friend and my friend loves all my other internet friends. This is so great.
Agree. Rebecca, what was it like being a newbie in this group?
So I'm very into Disney, but going into this trip, I'd met a couple of people on a trip in September, and I kind of came in saying, I'll spend as much time with the group as I can handle, and worst case scenario, I'm at Disney, I'll go off and do my own thing if I can't handle it, or
that's a good plan.
I just don't mesh with the group. But like I said earlier, I woke up one morning and looked at Sam and was like, I'm kind of happy I came here because I didn't feel the need to be alone or go off and do my own thing. And I feel like I've made connections with so many people that I wasn't expecting. And now I'm talking to all these people every day, just about.
You're like a superstar.
Who knew that was going to happen?
Yeah.
But it just was kind of unexpected how many people I would become so close with so quickly, because I kind of came into it thinking, it'll be a fun Disney trip.
This is one of the things I'm most proud of. I said to the gang when we were planning, one of the things, like what Samantha was saying, people coming to this, a lot of them are coming solo. They've maybe made a connection on the internet or whatever with some of the people. My biggest concern is someone gets alienated from the group because we're so close. I said it a couple times. I know no one ever listens to me, so I wasn't sure how that was going to go off. But man, you guys, everybody, I had so many people saying, I know how it felt the first time I was here. I'm going to reach out to people. And I think we just killed it in terms of accepting people, making sure they felt comfortable. I saw everybody making that effort, and I'm so proud of you guys. I'm going to cry before.
Hey, Rebecca, I got to tell you, those name badges that you made were absolutely amazing.
They were awesome. Yeah.
They were awesome. Yeah. And it really helped. If you didn't know somebody in their name, you could maybe get a little closer and look at it and say, oh, yeah. So next time you got to make the names bigger because I got old eyes.
All right.
No, I've already
they were
ideas.
Amazing. They were great. I loved it.
We were thinking about
such a great takeaway. What?
I also like that some of the kids, like Noah, when I was waiting in line, Noah Austin was like reading everyone. So I thought it was funny that the kids were also talking. And I feel like I saw a picture with Noah and Michael, actually, Toni-Anne, when they were looking at each other's name tag.
Yeah.
Nice.
And when we were going into Mexico, the Mexican pavilion, the cast member letting us in was looking at everybody's badge and reading.
Oh, yeah, he wanted to know
all the names and everything on the badges.
It did make us look super official.
Yeah, that's right. Like a real conference.
They did.
All right, Glenn, do you have one memory you took away from this trip?
What is this absurdity? One
We're running out of time.
Memory from this trip. This is cruel and unusual punishment. I mean, in the effort of making this only a 10-hour podcast, I'll abbreviate mine to just the top 10. Kurt, I mean, I won't. I'll agree completely with everything that Wendy and Sam and Rebecca were just saying. Like, going in, not knowing if we could recreate the magic of previous G3s, not knowing what the scale would mean, but being so pleasantly surprised. But I'm going to make it very specific. Like, my top memory out of so many amazing memories has to be at Yeehaw Bob. Thank you for mentioning this, Sam. But at Yeehaw Bob, my spit take with Chris Futrell, and like, I've never had an experience like that. And I dare say he's never had an experience like that as well.
He'll never forget it.
Nope. I mean, this was like unbelievable. We're having a great time. We've been vibing the whole day. This is my arrival day. I woke up at 2 a.m. and have not slept really all week because I'm so excited. And we're deep into the evening, deep into the imbibements, and Chris reaches over to me in the most earnest and genuine, kind of state. He says, "My man, I have never thought about leaving my wife ever before, except now that I have met you." And it struck me so funny in that moment. With a drink in my mouth, I spit all over Chris's face, and like immediately, I'm mortified. Like it's happened and I can't undo it, and I'm mortified.
Can't take it back, huh?
I can't take it back. I like in that split second when I was like, should I do this? Like, this seems really funny. I'm going to kind of do this. And then it happened, and I was like, oh no, I shouldn't have done that. Then to look back up at this beautiful man who I have really just met for the first time that day. And he looks at my face and he looks at my face and he says, "This is the best moment of my life." I was like, "Chris, you are the best human I've ever met on this planet." We hug. I wiped that towel the man off. God, that was just incredible. And I mean, later in the evening, as Yeehaw Bob just commands us around the room, laying on the ground next to Nick Ayub, and just like in hysterics, looking over at Nick and saying, "What are we doing with our lives?" And he says, "Whatever Yeehaw Bob says." That was an unbelievable evening. I'm so happy that everyone had such a good time. Memories, and that was just the first day. But the river boat photo as my entry to G3, I'll never forget that. Charcuterie on the floor of Sam and Rebecca's, I will never forget that. The Dahlia Lounge, I will never forget that. The scavenger hunt that I don't remember with Jen Madison.
He doesn't remember it, but he'll never forget it.
I'll never forget that. There's proof. There's photo proof. Travis Travis squealing on the Tower of Terror and hitting his head, and me holding onto his head and Kurt holding onto his shoulder. And they were short spurts of squeals. It was not the one big one. It was very strange. Beautiful. Dinner at Ohana with new friends, with Jen Moynihan Wynn and her brother Brian, Brandon Haberman, and Ashley Baum. Torturing Kurt and the Bangstons with the weird food at Toledo. Surprise Disney Springs time on our final day with Rebecca and Sam, which we didn't expect. I mean, you guys were late because of your packing, and you had wanted to go to Animal Kingdom, and you're like, I think we're just going to head over to Disney Springs. Kurt looked at me and he's like, what are we doing? I was like, we're finding them. Because this was a gift, to get an extra day spent with you guys. We thought we were just going to be tooling around by ourselves. It was awesome. And a surprise final visit from Lisa Green first, as I was going over to Jock Lindsay's Hangar Barn to get to just meet her and have her charisma all over. And then as the sun was setting and I walked back across that bridge to Saratoga, sat on a bench and just... the emotions hit me. I'm sobbing, into my phone as I'm crafting my love letter to G3. And who walks by and pats me on the shoulder? But Kevin Curtis Sound, the guy who started it all. Just a really amazing, so many memories that I am so thankful for. That Kurt, you created this group, this kindness, this facility. Toni-Anne, you built on it. The Daves, Kevin, everybody. I mean, this is just an incredible group, and my life is richer for having these memories. I joke that this is the best week of my life. I really can't think of another one that is as good. And God help us, Wendy, if we can do this again, even better in a year or two. Whoa! I mean, this is something special.
Thanks, Glenn. And well, Toni-Anne, I wanted to bring this up when you were talking before, but I know you had a moment. You had a birthday.
You mean at the birthday party?
You had a birthday party.
That fireworks
a
party.
Big one.
Was incredible just on its without the birthday aspect, without the surprise and everything. That fireworks party was amazing. And that was something that Judy and I had talked about 2 years ago after the first G3. We wanted to do a Fantasmic party. There has a terrace back there. And right. Disney came back with a price that was actually less than what we paid for this one. But at the time, there just wasn't enough interest. And I think people weren't quite as sold into G3 at that time. So this year, when I got the price from Disney, I wasn't sure if people were going to go for it, and the spots sold out in like a day and a half.
Yeah, I've told you this before, but we'll just say it here. I mean, this was a dream of mine, going to these dessert parties with corporate entities that are paid for. You just show up and you're with that group of people. But I was, in the back of my mind, I was like, wouldn't it be cool to have a community of all your friends and book one of these dessert parties, especially at Epcot for the fireworks? I mean, I was like, that would be the epitome of my efforts for this podcast. And when you said you and Mandy Ray were going to put it together, my first reaction, I don't think we can do it.
I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure.
I thought you were sure.
And then, that's why, because Mandy was going to have to lay out the money. So we were like, we have to see if it's going to fly. And it did. And I'm so glad it did.
Man, I couldn't believe
the view was spectacular. The being together in that space again, without anybody impeding us, we got to be together and I was pleasantly surprised by what Disney gave us, because when they were giving us menus, we were not impressed by what they were offering us for the cost. So I think what we wound up with was pretty good. So,
well, I tell you, I've been to a lot of dessert parties, but none like that one when all your friends are there. There's a video of Glen and Andy and was it Chris dancing? I just saw recently.
Yeah, our dance party at the end.
Yep.
I just sat back. I was up on the wall there. I think I was with Bubba Mac and I think Jeff O'Polk and I were sitting there. I was just watching you guys interact with each other, and it was just priceless. And then, I mean, most of us had never seen that fireworks show before either. You guys had your emotional time with your birthdays and the gifts that everyone.
Right, that was a big surprise. If people don't know, my husband, who is not a Disney lover by any stretch of the imagination, showed up, and that was a huge surprise for both me and Chris Futrell, who loves my husband. And so So but Kevin got his birthday cake that he wanted. Kevin had been rallying about he wanted this raspberry birthday cake, and we were trying to get one, and Disney was like, no, we can't do it. But I guess they figured out a way to do it behind my back, because they got me a birthday cake too, which was supposed to be my favorite birthday cake. Turned out it was my husband's favorite cake. I guess his sister, Veronica, my sister-in-law, she called Rich and said, what's Toni-Anne's favorite birthday cake? And he said, casata cake, which is a cannoli cream. Oh. That's his favorite birthday cake.
I know the feeling.
It's like
the Black Forest cake.
It's like the Black Forest cake that Kurt loves so much.
Yep.
But so Toni-Anne, how are we going to improve on that next time?
Well, so I thought after dealing with Disney meetings and events, Mandy would say never again. But actually, she said she wants to do Fantasmic next. If Fantasmic comes back, she'd like to do cool. Fantasmic next time if we can.
That'd be really fun.
All right, so that was an obvious one. Do you have any other favorite memories?
I just got to tell you that 2 years later, a hug from Glen Kessler still will rock your world.
Yes, it will.
It will.
No, what rocked my world was a hug from your son, Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unasked for. Unasked for. The first time I saw him in outside of Ratatouille, I got a big hug from Michael, and I thought, wow, this made my day.
Somebody else got a hug from Michael outside Ratatouille, too.
I'm going to save that for his trip report.
Okay. Yeah, Michael, I always talk about the way you guys have embraced Michael, and I again have to Wendy ate lunch across from him we were at a nice restaurant, Brown Derby, signature restaurant, and she got to watch Michael and his ketchup and all that. And I just want to thank you all for your grace with him.
Do you think he seemed like he was having a heck of a time?
Oh yeah, I think he was having fun.
My biggest regret is missing Bob, because I know he would have loved, because he loves music.
Yeah.
But he passed out that night. We were having
no shame in that.
We had the birthday party with the public subs that night, and we went back to the room, and he just passed out. And I was like, "Come on, Mike, and he wasn't. He was over." So, but I know he would have loved it because he loves music.
Everybody, there was a level of comfort that was up a notch for everybody. I think even for Michael.
Yeah.
Right. So
you could tell he was having an amazing time.
I think so. Everyone. Yeah. Wow. Anything else, Toni-Anne?
I don't know why it took us so long to get to kimonos. We got to do it again.
Yeah. That was my idea, right? Karaoke.
And we have to recruit Princess Stephanie to be a geek.
Maybe Samantha could stay awake this
Princess
time.
Stephanie, if you're listening to this podcast, we'd love for you to join us in the Grand Geekin family for sure. Yes, she was a big hit. Yeah, that was a good time. Everyone got up there and did some songs and little sing along. It was a real good time. So,
you know what nobody mentioned was rope dropping Nomad Lounge and filling up the entire
that was wonderful
of that, and that was so much fun.
So good. Well done, guys. Thanks so much for being the first group of Roundtable G3s. We're going to try to do a few more, but you guys are awesome. Again, thanks for all your efforts. You guys were key leaders, planners, executors, executionists. No, just putting it off.
Uh-oh.
It all came off. I think we're getting such great feedback from everyone. So thank you. It's all because of you guys. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Kurt. It's all because of you. It's all because of what you started and set into motion. We appreciate it.
I started a little snowball that is rolling down the hill.
Yeah.
Out of control.
It's
no longer.
It's a little bit out of my control right now. Exactly. But hey, stay in touch. All right, guys. I see there's already some mini geek meets happening like in the next month.
I mean, I've been communicating on 3 chats while we've been recording this whole time, so I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not going to get to sleep tonight, I don't think.
I understand. But we'll be
All
talking
right, good night,
to you.
everyone.
Yep, have a good night.
Thanks,
guys.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye, everybody.
Good job, guys. Oh, my gosh.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Wow. So much fun reflecting back on the Grand Geekin Gathering. I got a few more of these roundtables I'm putting together for the next coming weeks. Again, you'll get lots of great perspectives of Disney World coming from all of my friends that were down for the Grand Geekin Gathering. What a fun intro. Wendy Fox sent in to me from the Sangria University. They were having, I missed that one. I am going to get in on that next time. And I'd love for you guys also to send me in your introductions. You don't have to be at Disney World or at Sangria University to send in an introduction. Just tell us your name, where you're from, a fun Disney World fact about yourself, maybe a couple of those. And then you go Geekin on Walt Disney World with Curtis and the whole Geekin family. Email them to me at kurt.stone@geekinonwdw.com. Hey, I got to thank all my Patreon supporters. 67 of you guys. So awesome. Thank you for supporting the podcasts. Patreon.com is where you can pledge a monthly donation to our show. And if you do that, I am going to send you a bunch of bonus podcast episodes. I got the Zoom call that we do every week with a bunch of people to get together on Wednesdays. You're going to hear the recording that we did right after coming back from the Grand Geekin Gathering, hearing all of our commentary on the Grand Geekin Gathering. And now I am releasing those coffee walks. The first 2 days that I was at Disney World, I released that this past week, and they got, I don't know, over 40 recordings coming to you through patreon.com. So if you want those bonus episodes and you'd like to support the podcast, patreon.com, look for Geekin on WDW. We always thank you for supporting Margita, my wife, Mama, and Auntie Judy, booking all those trips for you down to Disney World. Reach out to them, send them your plans, travelandtiaras@gmail.com. Again, look at the show notes. You'll find our emails. And I got a trip coming up. I see a bunch of geek meets coming up. There's one in Boston, Albany, Ohio. Those are some that are springing up in your area. If you're interested, message me. I'll plug you into those. We'd love to see you at some of those mini geek meets. I've got a trip coming up. Judy and Ken's 50th wedding anniversary. And mine's in May. Got 30 some years going on that. Going for mine and Mom's anniversary too. So we're going down June 4th through 13th. Mom and Judy were planning that. I'm staying at Bay Lake Tower and the Riviera on my DVC points. So if you're going to be down at Disney World June 4th through the 13th, definitely let me know. I'd love to meet you and say hi. If you join our Facebook group, you'll be able to connect with lots of this fantastic community and make friends when you're down at Disney World. We are so committed to helping you enjoy your Disney World vacation. Reach out to me if you'd like to do a trip report, book a trip, review your plans for your trip, kurt.stone@geekinonwdw.com. Thanks for going Geekin on Walt Disney World with us. We really appreciate you listening and geeking with us every single day. We love you, geeks. Have a magical day, and I hope all your dreams come true.